everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
When's your due date?
Right now.
Is your due date 11?
What?
How many times have you been pregnant?
3.
This is your third pregnancy?
Yes.
You have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass.
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the black ones?
Hey, Beverly, this is the first patient for you. Last name is Jones. She's G3P2. I'm not sure when her due date is.
Her due
I
date is
just
the
said
10th.
it was the 10th.
I think her due date is the 10th.
She got 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home. I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors. Everybody say how they treat people here.
When's your due date?
Going back in the building, man. We got it.
I'm gonna wait right here with my boyfriend.
All right.
You can go ahead and turn your phone off too, please.
I can record. I'm in a public place.
Recording everything that you're doing. So.
That's fine. That's fine. All right.
Yeah, look at the treatment.
Now, this is the same lady, that red-haired lady. That is the same lady. Her name is LaCrystal Vaughn, from the video that's floating around now that has been going viral of that African-American lady that was at Dallas Regional Medical Center that was in active labor. This is that same nurse. This video is from 2023, and the person went to the hospital to get medical attention because they were having seizures. The girlfriend decided to pull out the phone because she did not like the way that her boyfriend was being treated. And lo and behold, as you can see in the video, that rare hair bitch, her name is LaCrystal Vaughn. If you look at the video, look at her face. Somebody took a screenshot of this video, and when I tell you the lady is truly evil, she is truly evil. Now, like I said, this video is from 2023. So Miss LaCrystal, she been doing this for a while. Dallas Regional Medical Center has been under scrutiny for quite some time now. So this is nothing new. This is actually sad and sickening, bro.
What up, Nurse Gang? What up, TikTok? So just a quick update on LaCrystal Vaughn. I mean, this nurse has went more viral than the ick nurses. I mean, there's she's everywhere. The nurse who watched that patient in labor and being doxxed, it's just crazy. But there's information going around that, oh, she's been terminated. This nurse did not get fired. That's misinformation. She did not get fired. She's still an employee at the hospital. They right now do not have her in the hospital, and they have her under investigation. And it was told to me that she can't be in the hospital because people have been out in front of the hospital protesting, sending in bomb threats. They even had hospitals mixed up, and there's another hospital across the street. They was over there harassing them people. So the internet is on full 100. And that's the thing. People take things from the internet and they, become reality. Like it's scary. You got to be very careful how you treating people out here, because you just do not know. There's a lot of crazy people in the world, that will take shit from 0 to 100. And but it is misinformation. She did not get fired. Dallas has their comments off. They're just pending investigation, but not fired. It's not true. It's misinformation. And yes, the hospital is under stress because people are calling, people are protesting, people are calling in bomb threats. It's just people are doxing her. Information is all over line.
Hi, my name is Hannah, and I'm a Dallas Regional Medical Center ER nurse. and I'm frequently in triage, and I want to open my heart and be vulnerable with all of you, because I, along with you, came across the viral video, scrolling on TikTok on my day off, and was appalled. And usually I see these videos and I'm appalled, and it's across the country or, you know, somewhere else. But it was my ER, where I work. And our hospital's tiny. We're a community hospital. We serve the underprivileged, we serve the poor, we serve people without insurance, mostly on Medicaid, Medicare. And I just want you to know that I'm sorry. I don't have answers for you. You guys are gonna want so many things that I cannot give you, and by making this video, I'm going on a limb because I could lose my job, and I don't want to lose my job. But I want to share with you a few things, so please bear with me. Everything that you've heard is true. Black women, in particular, struggle in a way that no other people can in America, with systemic racism, biases, hatred, you name it. And I'm a white girl coming to you, and a lot of y'all are gonna say that I'm part of the problem, and I've read that. Why is no one speaking out? Why is no one sticking up? Why is no one saying this nurse should be fired? There's a lot of things that I want to say and I cannot. Please understand, I have a job. I am a single mom of 4 kids. I don't get help. I raise them on my own. I'm a mom that has been on SNAP most of my life. I've gotten Medicaid. I barely make enough money to pay my bills as a nurse. It's expensive out there. But you know what? None of my struggles, none of them compare to what a black woman has to go through in our country because of the color of her skin. Racism isn't just, oh, it's the color of your skin, it's everything. It's not just, oh, look at that person, like, oh, she's ghetto, she's black. It's not just that. Y'all struggle. You struggle in a way that I can't understand. And to watch that video in my own ER where we serve people that are there on their worst day is horrible. It's so hurtful because I love my patients, and there are so many of us nurses that are just in shock. We can't believe that this would happen. But at the same time, we're not surprised because there's issues. And I'm sure it's at every hospital. I've worked at many hospitals. I've been a nurse a long time. And I'm sorry, I have to be careful what I say. But I want you to know that there are so many good nurses out there. And we failed. That night shift on that day with that nurse failed. I'm a day shifter, but I also work triage. Primarily, half my shifts are in triage. And I'm going to just tell you very quickly. She should have never been rejected from the ambulance bay. We take people all the time through the ambulance bay, even though it's for ambulances, but it's an emergency room. I don't even know who was charged. The charge could at least laid eyes on the car in front of and just, I don't know. And if she had determined, maybe in the charge nurse's world, again, I don't know who it was. I didn't hardly work this week. TNCC, Trauma Nurse Core Curriculum, across the room observation. Should have been brought in. At the very least, if her training had failed and she said, oh no, she can go through the front. Hey, can we please get a wheelchair to the ambulance or the emergency room entrance? That woman's mother shouldn't have had to go searching for a freaking wheelchair. Security shouldn't have had to go out there. And as a triage nurse, I know that the second that she stepped into that ER, that noise was heard. I'm sorry, my kid just called me. I know that noise was heard. I know the laboring sounds, the screams, they were heard. And I know registration went and told triage, we've got an issue out here. There's a laboring patient. She should have been brought back. She should have been immediately brought back, hooked up to vitals. Those questions should have been answered. What's your G's and P's? How many times have you been pregnant? Have you had any miscarriages? Have you had C-sections? What's going on? We don't get, just because she was I heard she was supposed to be induced through the videos, that she had been turned. Just because we didn't have her registered and we didn't have an armband didn't mean that we couldn't get all that information and write it down on a pen and paper like old school days. We could have been on the phone with L&D. I've got this doctor's patient in. What's going on? Do we have a bed? Hi, there's a labor induced. I've got this doctor's patient in. What's going on? Do we have a bed? So many missed opportunities. And there's no excuses for it. None. None. I'm trying to be very careful with what I say, and I hope that this comes across to y'all, because I love my job. I love what I do. I love who I take care of. I have dedicated my life to being a nurse. I work 12, 13-hour days. Some days I don't pee. Some days I don't eat, because I'm taking care of others, and then I come home and I take care of 4 kids. I've been a single mom for 20 years. I've done it by myself. I know what it's like to swipe an EBT card and wonder if you're being judged because you've got that yellow Texas EBT card and someone's going to see. What it's like to check in and wonder, am I going to be judged because I've got Medicaid? Am I going to get the care? I've delivered 4 children on Medicaid, thinking, oh my gosh, am I going to get the same care because I know that I'm on Medicaid? And you feel like garbage. I know what that feels like. I've delivered at Parkland because that was the only place that I could deliver. I want you all to know that your rage is heard, your pain is felt. We are hurting with you. There are nurses that I work with, so many good nurses that have given their careers, they have studied, they have paid money to do what we do, that are hurting watching that this is happening in our hospital when we're already, like I said, just a tiny little sliver of a hospital, barely functioning, bare bones, doing the best that we can with a broken administration, of a wider issue of failing healthcare in our country, on top of systemic racism that prejudices against people that are minorities or need help, food stamps, Medicaid, and we feel you, we hear you. So please, if anything that you take away from this, we are not all that nurse. We are angry with you. And I'm sorry that this was so long, and I hope that y'all were able to get something out of this. I hope that we can heal from this. Is that fair to say? I've been sitting in my car for an hour trying to make this video, ignoring my children, because I have to stick up. I have to say something.
Yeah, that was kind of, I believe her. I definitely believe her. That she's been through it. You know, single baby mama, been on food stamps, all that shit. I believe her. She's going through it. She's a nurse. She see it. And you know what? the fact that she is a nurse and she see it, you know, she going through it.
Hello, TikTok family. This is a follow-up on the video that I posted earlier. So I was at work. I had no idea of the activity that was going on. My daughter's texting me, calling me. I didn't know what was going on. So finally I get home, they tell me about the video, and a lot of you was asking about a follow-up and to explain the situation. So this is the situation. My daughter went into active labor at home. We took her to the hospital. She called ahead of time, so we know they are expecting us. However, we get there to the emergency room. We watching nurses, putting gloves on, running to the door. They get outside of the door, and I drive a black SUV, and they look at my vehicle, and one of the nurses come up to the window, and she goes, I'm sorry, this is for ambulance only. I said, well, my daughter is in active labor. And she was like, okay, she said, but you're going to have to go to the front. I'm like, I have to drive to the front. And they said, yeah, you have to drive to the front. Okay, another redhead. And so I'm like, so she's in the, you hear, and it was like, yeah, she started bagging up, hit the button, went back inside the building. So I go around to the front. I get out of the car. Again, this girl is in more pain now than she was when we first left the house. And she started saying, I feel pressure, I feel pressure. I said, take deep breaths. I ran in. I said, hey, my daughter's in the car. I went to emergency. They told me I had to come to the front. So the lady was like, what's your daughter's name? Told her Kiara Jones. She gets out some paperwork, started typing in the name. I was like, ma'am, do you have a wheelchair or anything? She's in the car. I need to get her in. Oh, if you check on the other side of those doors where the vending machine's at, there should be a wheelchair out there. There's no wheelchair out there. So she gets up, she walks in the back, and she come to the door with a wheelchair. She said, here you go, ma'am. I said, excuse me, you're not going to come with me? And she was like, no. Oh, okay. So, a police officer was in the lobby. He gets up. He grabbed a wheelchair. He goes out the door with me. He said, come on, I got you. Went out there. She is on hands and knees in the back of the vehicle. And I'm like, oh, shit, what is going on? And then she goes, it's in my ass. And I was like, what? And the guy was like, and she was like, he said, okay. She was like, give me a minute. She could not move. So when that contraction eased, we put her in a wheelchair. He said, you can go park your car, because they, again, had people out there. So I went park my car. It wasn't even 30 seconds. I run back in the building. She's just there with a stack of papers in her hand, screaming that this baby is coming. This baby is coming. I look at the registers behind the window, and they looking at me, and they was like, well, we can't do anything until she signed the papers. Are you fucking kidding me? So I grabbed the papers, and of course, it's all ER bullshit that they have. And I was like, you want her to sign this, and she's in active labor. And they was like, okay. I was like, ma'am, she was supposed to be induced earlier today at 8 o'clock. And they called and told her that they will call her because they didn't have beds. And they would let her know. And no one ever called back. They called back every hour on an hour. And they was like, no, we'll call you back. And then finally, her water break, she called them. They tell her to come in. So why is she signing these papers? We need her in labor and delivery. And I was like, ma'am, I'm sorry. So the charge nurse comes out. And she saw the paper signed. What fucking, are you serious right now? And she closes the door. And then the lady behind the window, at this point, my daughter, scribbled her name on all the papers. We gave it to her. She says, thank you. She walked it around to the charge nurse. She opened up the door. My daughter is literally like having a contraction. And she's just standing there in the door. So we push her into the door. I said, can we get her into labor and delivery? She said, no, we have to fill out all this paperwork. I have to do the paperwork and get her a band before we can send her upstairs. So that was the video that you guys saw that I initially posted. So the next video that has no picture on it was when I was pushing her in and we was at the window because they asked me to move her from the window so they can take care of the guests or, you know, patients that was coming in and out.
This is
Do
crazy.
not go to this hospital. This hospital is ghetto as hell. They do not care about black women or their babies. This is crazy. I read about stuff like this all the time, but to see this firsthand, this lady did not care. None of them. It wasn't until we got into labor and delivery where we saw an ounce of care or sympathy for her. Before then, they can care less. She did not care if she gave birth in that wheelchair. That was not her problem or her concern.
I'ma just be honest. It's because they really don't care. Like they, it's more than just they don't care. Like it's like they don't have. They deal with so many black people. They're like, oh, this is just another one of them. This is the video she said that was at.
In a chair, that's what it is.
I can't take her upstairs without
Which is what?
Let me see your
So you'll take a chance of infections and her having a baby in this chair. So she's not a priority. Because this right here is.
She ain't typing or nothing, bitch.
Ma'am? Yes. Are you able to call the anesthesiologist? Someone is coming to take you to labor and delivery.
Bro, I would have went upside her damn head. Yo, this is sickening. Like, this whole situation is sickening. It's sickening, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Like this, so when I first got this video, I was just like, damn. But this was it. And then they put out more, and then it was like more people speaking out on this situation. You like, damn. And then you get people, the nurse was the one that did it. I was just like, God damn. Like, at least we got somebody in there to say that this ain't right. As humans, or people who use in the emergency room, you can be like, oh, this ain't right, this ain't right, this ain't right. You can protest, you can be in an uproar. But when you got somebody on the inside that say, this is not how we should do this. And that lady is putting, now, I ain't finna just, I'm not saying she's the great white hope. I'm just saying her job is at risk because she loves her job so much, or her duties, the things that she signed up to do. She loves it so much that she does not want to be associated with anything of the likes of this mess, whether it's with the hospital or whether it's with the, you know, the nursing industry as a whole. She don't want to be associated with that. And I applaud her for like saying like, look, I'm a single mom with 4 kids for 20 years. That's crazy. You had 4 deadbeat daddies, goddamn, or maybe 1, maybe 2, or 3, or 4 deadbeat daddies. Anyway, for 20 years you've been dealing with deadbeat ass Negroes. And now, I don't even know if they black. I assume. But all I'm saying is you just been dealing with 4 deadbeats. And you know, you putting your job on the line. You putting your, I mean, you might get more food stamps, but you might lose your job. You about to lose your job. But she did it all because what's in her. See, that's where we need people to stand up on. What is in her? If what's in her, if you feel that deep about something, you speak that out. You'll never lose. You'll never lose if you speak what's in her. And so that woman, she might lose her job at Dallas Regional Medical Hospital in Mesquite, Texas. But she ain't gonna lose another position ever because she takes her job that serious, and somebody gonna be like, oh, that's who we need to run our hospital. That's who we need to run our hospital. And that's how it happens, man. Like you if you gotta what they say, stand up for something or you'll fall for anything. And the fact that she was so worried about her losing her job, she could have, but she still had to say something. Man, that says enough. Even though she kind of held back, but I get it. We all got the message. So shout out to her. Shout out to Cashman 2814 on TikTok. That's whose TikTok this is. And shout out to the nurse, Hannah Banana. And actually, I seen Hannah's video. I came across Hannah's video because she commented on another video, and her comment was the first comment. And I was like, oh shit. So I clicked on her comment, and she had a whole video.